All right, we're kicking in, checking in, getting ready to get this thing rolling here. We have 6 or 6 in the studio. We're very happy about that. Righteous Rock Radio with you right here, right now. So make sure you tell your friends to join us at www.3r-radio.com. Hit us up on Facebook or Twitter, as we'll be doing some social media interaction this evening as well. And without further ado, let's turn it over to our host, one Mr. Fred Wonder Dog Rose.
Hi, guys. How you doing?
Pretty good.
All right. Can everybody hear on your microphones?
Check 2.
Everybody good?
I think so.
Yo.
Yep.
Yo.
Yep. Sam going to have to pull it all up in his grill so we can hear him.
I'm up in there. I'm up in there.
So we are interviewing tonight 6 or 6. And I want you, somebody, either go by each person, tell who you are, what you do, or one person can explain. Doesn't matter. However you want to do it.
Well, I'll start out. Now, my name is Sam
Hi,
Broyles.
Sam.
I'm a bass player for the 6 or 6. I'm also a mailman. So you might see me at your front door.
Sweet.
Who knows?
Bring me some goodies, man. What's up with that?
That's what I'm here for. Bring you some goodies.
That's good.
I'm Mark Bees, sing, sometimes play guitar.
Nice.
I'm Brian O'Banion. I play 6 and 7 string guitars.
Hold on a minute. Your mic isn't. One more time. It's
Is it
on.
on now?
Yeah,
You
give
got me
us a little
there?
bit more there. Almost.
Oh, here we go. There
we go.
are.
Yeah.
There we are.
Is
All right.
mine on?
Yeah.
Yeah, yours was on.
All right.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, I play 6 and 7 string guitars for.
He's a killer guitar player, by the way.
Thank
Dan
you.
Helton, drummer, 6
Hi-
or 6.
Hi, Dan Hilton.
Hello, hello.
You guys doing all right?
We're doing
Yeah, we're
fine.
doing
Are you
fine,
nervous?
yeah.
Who's nervous? I want to know that.
Always
He's the
got
one that's
butterflies.
been excited all day to do
Yeah.
this.
Dan sent me a text saying he couldn't get his work done today.
He was too busy.
I completely
Yeah,
forgot about this interview.
Yeah, we had to catch him because he thought we do rehearsals on Tuesday nights, and he was getting ready to come over to rehearsal, and we wouldn't have been there.
Man, you've been rehearsing all by yourself.
Yeah.
That'd be horrible.
Well, that's how you get good. Rehearse.
That's an awesome answer.
Practice makes perfect.
That's true. Okay. So give me some shout-outs. Anybody that supports you or anybody that may
The wife.
Yeah,
the,
put
the
up-
families.
anybody that put
Yeah.
up with being a musician?
Yeah, I've got a very forgiving wife.
Right. Yeah, that always helps.
Yeah.
Yeah, with a new baby in the house, I got to say, I want to give much admiration and thanks to my God-given wife, Veda. She's been a true blessing.
That's awesome.
I sometimes am amazed that my wife shows up to shows because she hears a show every Tuesday night.
Right.
That is right. Every Tuesday night.
Every Tuesday she gets the full-on show plus the rehearsal and the mess-ups and all that.
Right.
And then still
Over and
comes
over.
out to the show.
Over and over.
And over and over. Okay, let's do it again.
But not once has she said, I'm not coming. It's the same old stuff I heard. She comes out there, sets up the little table, hangs out, kids run around.
Yep. What you think, Sam? Give me something.
Love that support. Well, tell you the truth, I was not going to start back playing in the band again. When I stopped, it was a long time ago. I joined the service. I just literally put my guitar up and said, I'm through with it. Got into church, and I mentioned it to my wife that I used to play bass guitar. Next thing I know,
She
Christmas
didn't even
roll
know.
around, she bought me a bass guitar.
Wow.
And next thing I know, there was we was in church, and this feeling came over me. And next thing I know, I was back in the band, started back up, and I got started all over again. But this time for the right reason. Last time I was playing for the devil. This time I'm playing for the Lord.
Amen.
And this is a much better feeling.
Uh-oh, I'm lost, Dave. I'm
Done. Something. Oh. Man, we're gonna take a station identification real quick or something. Got technical difficulties. Okay, that's better. I wanted to tell Dave I got some microphone problems.
Are you having mic problems?
I am.
Well, don't touch it.
I'm cutting in and out.
Tell
Oh
a
my
singer
God.
to not touch it. All right. Well, let's do this. Little bit before schedule. But let's play a quick song, and we'll swap that cable out.
What we playing?
I'm gonna let these guys pick. Which one of those
Play
tracks
Cover Me.
would you like me to throw
Cover
on
Me
here?
and
Cover me.
All right, cover me. Let's see, it's right there. All right, we're gonna have some music from 6 or 6. We'll be back with you in 4 minutes and 5 seconds while we swap out a cable real quick. 6 or 6
All right.
on Righteous Rock Radio. All right, that was 6 or 6 with Cover Me. We are live in the studio with the guys from 6 or 6. Microphone issues are all fixed up.
Yes.
And I think we're ready to go, except I think we're going to be minus one person who said they don't like Johnny Cash.
Yeah, we're gonna have to mute one of the microphones.
One microphone down. We're only 10
It
minutes in.
depends on the song.
Oh, now he changes his
Depends
mind.
on the song.
That's
All right, giving it back over to Fred. Take it away.
All right, yay, we're working. All right, guys, how'd you get the name 6 or 6, and what does it mean?
Part
The-
of the phonetic alphabet, you know, and when you got Alpha, Bravo, Charlie,
Right.
and they were playing around with phone or playing around.
You get bored at night in the mountains, and when you're talking to somebody on a radio,
Right,
and you say Niner, so you don't confuse it with 5.
right.
So we would be ignorant and would make every number ER as opposed to plain, and that's how it came about. Is just something silly. And then biblically, when you're looking, it's like 6 is a number of man,
Right.
7 being perfect. Sixer would be like a boy, and 6 would be becoming the man. So it's that transition.
That is great.
That I think it's 1 Corinthians 3:11. I think that's what's on the thing. It's from being a turning boy into a man. I think that's the one that's
Bring that up, Davey.
yeah, I'm trying to think of what it is. That pretty sure it's the one that says like when I was young and I thought like a boy, and now that I became a man, I put aside boy things and
Right.
something to that. I'm paraphrasing, of course. So
Well, that's okay. That's good. Man, that's awesome. I had no idea. I never would dream that would be what it was.
so the silliness actually turned into something that was real.
Right. Well, I got to tell you guys, the first time I heard you, I liked you. When I heard you last time, I really liked you. And I don't know if you guys if something has changed as far as your style or the group, or if it's
No.
just from gelling more together. I don't know.
No, there's one thing that changed. We tuned down.
Yeah.
It's in drop C.
Yeah.
Oh, that
Except for
always helps.
yeah, it's in drop C and A.
Well, that's cool.
That
Yeah,
made
maybe
it heavier. That thickened it out. And yeah,
Yeah.
we did jail.
Mhm.
We
Well,
did jail. It's been everybody's been yeah.
Because you was new then, wasn't you?
Yes.
Well, the thing is when we play out a lot, we're playing the Psychobilly and the rock, and we never
Psychobilly.
play. We had a whole set of C stuff, and so we were rehearsing in C when we got the call to do the show, and because we were recording our C stuff
Right.
each week, and then Sam's like, "Let's play everything in C," so we didn't have to bring 5 different guitars,
Right.
and that's what happened.
Well,
so
that's cool.
every
Cool,
song
though.
we played was tuned down. We even had to learn them in C, and in turn, they actually sounded better.
Right, yeah. Because I told Dave when you got off stage, I said, man, these guys sound killer. So,
It's easier for me to sing vocally in C.
Yeah,
well,
that's his
cool.
key. It's C.
Yeah. Mine's G for Jesus, just in case you didn't know that.
Mine's in B flat. So
Yes, okay. B flat. Nice. Okay,
My case, if you just holler it, I play it. Doesn't matter.
right, I understand.
Any key, I don't care.
So what kind of music did you play? Did you play like jazz or funk when you was younger? What'd you play?
James Brown was my inspiration. I learned from him. I never was school trained. I was street trained
Right.
of how to play the bass. So that's where I started out with James Brown. Moved up to Bootsy Collins.
Oh, yeah. I like Bootsy.
Uh-huh. Some Funkadelics.
Yeah.
Then you get out there with some brass construction, mass production,
Right.
Crusaders. I don't know if you remember them or
Yeah.
not. And
Absolutely.
some Commodores and stuff like that.
Love the Commodores,
Yeah.
man.
Remember the Barcades long time
Yeah.
ago?
I don't
Out
know
of
if I do
Memphis?
or not. I don't
Yeah.
know if I do or not.
Yeah, they was an outstanding group.
Man, I don't think I've heard of them.
Yeah, yeah.
Huh.
From out of Stax Records.
Because I know watching you play, you can look at a musician and kind of see, kind of get a feel of, you know what I mean. And I thought, I bet he's played, you know, like jazzy or bluesy type stuff just by the way you play. And you mentioned James Brown. This is kind of a whole different subject. Did you watch his Super Bowl the other night?
Yes, I did.
Man, I never heard anything by Bruno Mars.
Oh man, wasn't he outstanding?
He was we was talking at our associate pastor had a a Super Bowl type party, you know.
Yeah.
They didn't party much at the end, but you know,
Go
bless-
Seahawks.
Yeah,
Go
bless their
Seahawks.
hearts, you know. But I neither did Dave. I didn't care who won, you know. But I told him, I said, Bruno Mars almost brought. It was like he was bringing back like Motown and the whole James Brown. I mean, I never knew anything about him, and I was instantly a fan. You know, I mean, I thought the Chili Peppers was cool, but
They were.
you know, and Flea's one of my favorite bass players. But man, Bruno Mars, I was blown away. You know,
But the thing about that, when the Red Hots came out, and I was checking out the bass player and the guitar player, they were not plugged.
right,
They was all unplugged. I
I've
wonder
seen that.
how's his sound getting out if he's unplugged.
Right.
Where's the sound coming from? I don't know.
know.
I don't know. I don't know.
it was cool. Whatever it was, I thought it was cool. And we'll get off of Bruno Mars, but I thought it was cool how Bruno went right into their song. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, he was. I'm definitely a fan, man.
Now,
for
the first
sure.
song was fine, but the ones after that, those are the one that caught my interest.
Me too. He
With
started
the
doing
horns.
that James Brown dance and
Oh,
stuff.
yeah.
Oh,
Oh,
yeah,
yeah,
that was
he
awesome.
got down on
I
that.
told Dave, I said, I'm a fan.
Yes.
I am a fan.
And he brought back the horn section.
He did.
Horns,
Yes.
man.
It was almost like you was watching, like 30 years later, 40 years later, the Temptations. You know what I
I
mean?
got that feeling too.
Yeah,
I
because,
did. I got
because
that
they
feeling
had
too.
that whole really cool Motown
Oh, yeah.
vibe, and
Oh, yeah.
it was good, man.
They
I
were
was-
dressed to the nines. Too,
Oh, yeah.
You know?
yeah, I want one of those gold jackets. I'd like to do that
Watch
dance
out
at
now.
church. You know what I mean?
Gold jackets and tux pants.
Those are awesome. Yeah,
You
yeah. I
got it.
thought it was great. All right. Anyways, enough on Bruno Mars.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Bruno, if you'd happen to be listening, I'm a fan, by the way. So, okay, I'm gonna start with you, Sam. Who was your? We were kind of talking about this earlier. Who was your hero as a kid,
Well, you know, you was
like comic book type?
well, say I never did get into the comic book thing, reading comic books. So I can just pick one and say the Huckster. Now I liked him.
Right.
I mean, mild mannered till you get him angry.
Then he changed colors and
Goes change colors. And
He's
go-
bipolar.
And just go. He just boom. There it
The
is.
Hulk is bipolar.
You don't
That's
mess.
funny.
You don't mess with the Huck. Don't mess with it.
That's funny.
Yeah, it's about
Now
the
you
same
don't
thing.
relate. You don't turn green every once in a while, do you?
No, no. Yeah, so that's somewhat like most Christians. Sometimes you know they mild mannered and everything, but then once you get them angry,
Oh yeah.
they turn.
Yeah. I try to be a nice guy until you mess with my family.
There you go.
That changes everything.
That changes
You know, you start rattling on my family. You know, I don't turn real green, but I might turn little something. Or
Might be a little bit red.
a little, yeah. It's that whole redneck starts flaring up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Yours.
I'd have to say Sergeant Rock.
So
He
you're
did
going to have
what-
to explain who that is. Most people may not who that is.
Sergeant Rock is a World War II comic that basically he was the leader over Easy Company, and he did what he had to do to protect his crew, and he had honor. You know, there's a few instances in the books to where somebody was out of bullets or something. The fight was off, and he wouldn't kill them or nothing. He'd leave them.
Right.
You know, it was actually like honor. So
Well, that's cool, man.
Captain America.
My boy loves Captain America.
I loved Captain America. It was that shield and the fact that it was the honor thing. Whenever he mentioned that, and I was like, that was one of the things that I really enjoyed about Captain America growing up. Was it was an honor thing, you know, and
Right.
even I really think the movies that they've done for the Avengers and all that stuff.
Oh, yeah.
that stuff really came out. It came through.
Right.
You know.
Well, they brought him back as a hero. Well, most people, it's kind of like Aquaman.
Yeah.
You know, they should do an Aquaman movie just
Oh, yeah.
because Aquaman was cool too. I like to fish.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? He could call them all in. Boy, if I had that time, we could
Yeah.
eat like hogs. I ain't
Oh
lying.
yeah.
You know.
I'd have to say Wolverine. I identified with him because he seemed to always want to do the right thing and seemed to lean toward the right side.
Right.
However, he just seemed to be stuck in his own head.
He'd get all jacked up, wouldn't
And
he?
He was
trying
real,
to,
I guess.
yeah,
He had his flaws like all
Yeah.
of us. You know.
Right.
Yeah, it kind of reminds me of the Apostle Paul saying, you know, I want to do the right thing, but I do it not.
Right.
So many times we just get stuck in our own head and stuck in our own ways, and we
Right.
just don't turn things over to God and make the right decision. So I could see whenever he would finally get frustrated and lash out and actually go to go to blows. It seemed to be in the end for the right side. So,
Right.
you know.
Sure, man, he'd whoop them claws out using bad shape.
Oh, it was time to get it. Katie bar the doors. It's on, baby.
Freddy Krueger, man, he looked like an innocent fella. All right, now your hero now. We all know Jesus or something like that, but tell me who your hero is now and why. This is Sam, by the way.
Are we talking about heroes dead or alive?
Doesn't matter.
Martin Luther King.
Sweet.
He got through to me letting me know that you can do things peacefully.
Right.
And all you have to do is just have the right attitude, and sooner or later, you will prevail, regardless of what everybody else will think
Right.
or what they're do. Sooner or later, they will finally realize that what they're doing is wrong,
Right.
and they will turn themselves around.
Right.
So that was my idol.
That's cool. Yeah, it's funny because, what I appreciated about him is he didn't care what anybody thought,
That's right.
and he stood for what he believed in,
Yes.
unlike most people do. So yeah, absolutely, I agree with that.
He followed the word.
Right.
He went by the word.
It's not necessarily a person. It's more of not really an attitude, but we just went recently to watch that movie Lone Survivor, and those dudes wasn't leaving their friends,
Right.
and they were in a big gunfight, and it's that whole, no matter what branch it is, it's that whole, it's like the attitude. It's the, not even the attitude, it's more of the bond.
Mm-hmm.
Is the hero. Whatever
Right.
politics aside, whatever nation aside, whatever issue aside,
Right.
it's that esprit de corps, more of that.
That's a brotherhood.
That was what I was.
Yeah.
You stole
Yeah.
my thunder. I was going to say the American soldier.
Oh,
So that's what I basically
Right.
stole that from me, man. You were reading my mind, Marcus.
Right.
That's why we always become one.
Okay, so not to pull a three-peat, but being a veteran myself as well, I was going to have to say to any soldier that would willingly put his life on the line
Absolutely.
for defense of our freedom, and to anyone that's listening, thank you. Thank you very much.
Right. That's
God
what I was
bless
getting,
you.
I was
Make
getting
you
ready to say
safe.
that to you, man. Thanks. Any of
Thank
the
you.
rest of you's vets?
Yes, I'm a vet.
Well, thank you also.
I didn't know you worked on animals.
Well, sure he does.
Oh, yeah.
I tried, but they wouldn't take me.
Right. Yeah, I wish at one time when I was younger, I was too cool for that. It was all about women and the music but I'd give anything. My boy actually is thinking about either going in the Army or the Marines. He's not for sure yet, but he's thinking about it.
Tell him to go to Air Force.
That's
He,
what my
he
daddy
don't want
was.
to fly.
Yeah.
He
Us
doesn't
roses don't fly, man.
He
You
doesn't
don't have to fly.
He doesn't have to fly.
But you get ice cream.
Tell him to go to
Ice
Air
cream's
Force.
good.
As far as training, having a training that you would receive from the Air Force, working on planes, helicopters, and all that,
Electronics.
come back out here in the civilian world and get a job.
Yeah, he used to fuel planes in Ohio.
Yeah.
You get
Tell
better
him to go to Air Force.
civilian job opportunities
Oh,
outside of that.
There were a lot of people that went into the Navy that are working for these nuclear power plants, too.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
So there you go.
Okay. Well, if you're
Marines
listening-
in the Army is more
See, I tried to
of a
get in.
combat
Right.
unit. Although they are trained in radio, communications, weaponry,
Right.
different out stuff like that. But the Air Force is more technical, and the Navy's is a lot of technical.
Yeah.
Cool. Well, if you're listening, Aaron Rose, you know. All right. You guys want to do a song real quick?
In we're going to do Glory Days. And Ecclesiastes 7:10 talks about not living in the past. Don't be sitting there thinking about like, wow, man, when I was younger, I used to do all this stuff and
Right.
live in the past so much that you can't move forward and you're actually missing your present.
Right.
So this is what Glory Days is about.
Sorry, guys. It's my phone going off. Michael Sweet of Striper. What can I say?
That's not Glory Days.
No, man. That's my Striper ringtone. Yeah.
Making me look bad over here.
Dave, do you? And then when we're done, is there any questions
Phone's
or
going
anything
off
coming
in
across?
in the studio. Nothing quite yet. No.
Okay,
No,
that's
no,
cool.
no. We got
All
some
right.
views. Looks like we got somebody down in Atlanta listening.
Sweet.
Knoxville. So we got some views. No questions yet. So if you're
Okay.
listening and you're near a internet connected device and you have questions or comments, send them on over to for 6 or 6, and we'll read those to the guys and get their opinions or answers, depending on what you give us, right here on the air during the interview. Right now we have Glory Days, 6 or 6.